I want to go live to the Prime Minister. Here he is speaking in the Labor Caucus.
It was quite so popular. Well, look, friends, it is good to be back. And it's good to be here the day before what will be a Labor budget in every sense tomorrow night. A Labor budget which tackles the immediate challenges that are before us. When talking with other international leaders in the UK at the sidelines of the coronation, there are none who didn't wish they were Australia. You have global inflation having a major impact on slowing economies right around the world. You have, in spite of what I did have time to watch on the way back, one of our opponents yesterday morning saying that we had the highest inflation of any country in the G7. Now, we're not in the G7. That's a separate point. But in fact, of course, the UK has a higher inflation rate, the United States has higher interest rates, and the world is struggling through two events. One, the ongoing impact of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, and secondly, the pandemic and what it did to supply chains and causing disruption around the world. What we're doing is tackling those immediate challenges, dealing with the pressures that are on working families. And tomorrow night, we will have $14.6 billion of cost of living relief targeted for those who need it most. And I want to congratulate particularly Jim Chalmers, our Treasurer, and Katie Gallagher, our Finance Minister. And all the members of the ERC who have sat for day after day, hour after hour, to the point whereby I had to leave the country to get away from those meetings to have a break. We have worked very hard over many months since the October budget. We've worked hard as well because we've had to find dollars for all of those programs that ended on June 30 of this year. Essential programs on community services funding, essential programs relating to our national security, essential programs regarding infrastructure, regarding service delivery, right across the board, including in areas like health and education. We had to find money for the programs that it's not like they just were going to end on June 30, it's that they didn't begin. When we have an art gallery down the road here that has one piece of art, thanks to Gough Whitlam, worth $500 million, but has buckets in the corner collecting water from leaky roofs, then that is simply not good enough, and we had to find space to protect that as well as to protect a few other natural assets such as Kakadu and the areas around Sydney Harbour National Park, which have suffered from absolute neglect for a long period of time for the 9 years of the former government. But we've done that. We've done that whilst making sure that, as I promised during the election campaign, we don't leave people behind. But we also don't hold people back. Hence, tomorrow night is about aspiration of people for a better life. Aspiration, the investment we're making in expanding fee-free TAFE to 300,000 places, in providing support for additional university places, in providing the support for advanced manufacturing, in recognising, as other world leaders do, like the UK Prime Minister, Conservative Rishi Sunak, that the challenge of climate change is also the economic opportunity of creating jobs and new industries as we transition as well. There's another area in which we create aspiration. One of them standing here. And I was really proud today to announce the single parenting payment would increase from 8 to 14